broad daylight, 7 shots, 1 person killed.
His wife restrained.
Knocks her down, takes the time to pull out duct tape and wrap her wrists.
Was a puppet master pulling the strings?
That's a hit.
48 Hours, Saturday on CBS.
Your alarm and check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, Amera guards it.
This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Eyewitness News at 11. 2 deadly shootings, and police are investigating 1 deadly shooting in southeast Fresno that happened overnight. The shooting happened early this morning near Nevada and Jackson Avenues. ShotSpotter reported 8 rounds had gone off in the area. Officers say when they got there, they found a man with a gunshot wound lying in the roadway. The man was rushed to the hospital but did not make it. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call police. And we are following another deadly shooting that happened late Friday night on Thesta and Clinton Avenues. Police say 1 man was shot and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police did look for the possible suspects in the area, and we are still trying to find out if police have arrested anyone in connection with this shooting. New at 11, we are continuing to follow. Oh, we apologize. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. There was a teenager shot in central Fresno while he was walking down the street. That's what police have told us. Now, there's nobody in connection to this shooting that has been arrested. Police are continuing to investigate this shooting. We will update you with the latest details on yourcentralvalley.com. And new at 11, a mural was unveiled today to honor a local woman whose life was tragically cut short. Juanita Adame has that story.
It is pink, white, and gray with 2 large purple hearts. A painting of her image, and right underneath that, her name, Missy Hernandez.
To make sure that she wasn't, that her memory would be remembered in a positive light.
And today, friends and family got together at the Super Roots Hydroponics business on Belmont Avenue in Fresno to unveil that mural dedicated to her memory.
This mural was done by female artists here in our community and friends and volunteers who all, knew Missy, knew the story, and wanted to be a part of this and to be part of something bigger.
Hernandez went missing in early December. Her body was found just over 1 month later in a California aqueduct.
She didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
Missy's boyfriend, Ramon Jimenez, has been charged with her murder.
She left such a huge impression on all of us. The community alone. And her story is very, just lies deep in my heart.
Sarah Joy is a local artist.
It was important to do what I could as an artist.
She wanted to organize a mural dedicated not just to Missy, but also to bring awareness to women affected by domestic violence.
To demonstrate, that this is not going to be accepted, that we cannot keep going on this way.
A group of women helped work on the mural.
A lot of the girls came to paint with me. It was healing for them too, because it was such a traumatic thing that had happened to her.
While at the same time letting their message be heard.
I think we all needed something good to come out of it. We all needed to express ourselves and our feelings, and not only that, but to show that this isn't going to be acceptable.
Juanita Adame, KC24, local news that matters.
And in the South Valley, Central Valley Latino leaders met in Selma today for a conference about water policies, sustainability plans, and the drought. Natalie Vera was at the event, and she has that story.
The Water Education for Latino Leaders, or WELL, hosted its first in-person conference since COVID on Saturday. The event was all about water.
It's the lifeblood of the valley. It's the lifeblood of the state.
Panelists talked about water policies like the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or SGMA. SGMA is a 2014 law that aims to improve groundwater management to ensure it's available long-term.
It's water accountability for all so that we can grow food. We can have good good, reliable, and safe drinking water for communities. And we can have a bountiful aquifer that we will continue to rely on during periods of drought.
SGMA also poses challenges for some communities like Parlier. Last year, the city approved water rate increases through 2025. Mayor Alma Beltran says because of SGMA, Parlier is paying more money per acre foot of water.
Ultimately, it's a good thing to do, but, you know, we have to pay for, you know, to make sure that we get clean water.
Like other small valley communities, tap water in Parlier also contains contaminants. The system thanks to state funds.
It's really good to be here to find out what are our options, what the resources are out there from the local and state level, federal level.
Panelists say there are billions of dollars coming from the state and federal government for water sustainability projects.
Biola Community Services District, they're doing a groundwater basin where when the water is available, they'll put water in there to replenish their aquifer.
Other projects include drought mitigation.
During a drought, when there's no water coming down from the mountains, you have an opportunity to build projects so that you can capture that water when it comes down from the mountains.
Reporting in Selma, Natalie Vera, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, everyone. Well, it was a hot one in Fresno and most of the valley, but we are seeing a bit of a cool down right now. It's in the mid-60s, and we will see some clouds moving in later. The air quality right now is good, but that will also change tomorrow. We will get to that in your full weather forecast coming up later. Esteban, I'm going to send it back to you.
Awesome, Liv. Thank you. And there are some dire news about California's drought. Officials measured the end of winter snowpack in the Sierra Friday and found out that it's only 38% of normal, one of the lowest levels measured in the past 70 years. UC Berkeley Snow Lab lead scientist Andrew Schwartz says this will impact not only agriculture and how we conserve water, but also how the state fights wildfires.
Some of the biggest impacts that we'll see pretty immediately of course, are wildfires. One of the things that our snowpack does is it really sits on top of and moist, keeps the vegetation on top of that soil nice and moist. And that allows us to really build up a resilience to fire early in the season. So it's this weather whiplash back and forth, a lot of precip and then a lot of dryness and a lack of precip back to back that are, it presents a big challenge.
Since 30% of the state's water comes from Sierra snowpack, Schwartz says Californians should expect to see more water restrictions in some places across the state. Households that don't cut by 10% could face fines. And continuing our coverage of the Ukrainian and Russian conflict, Ukraine's deputy defense minister says his forces have regained control of the whole Kyiv region after invading Russian forces retreated from some key towns near the capital. Now Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is warning that Russian troops pulling out of the Kyiv area are creating a catastrophic situation for civilians. Michael George reports.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russian forces retreating from the capital region Kyiv are leaving explosive mines around homes. He says Vladimir Putin's troops are also abandoning equipment and even the bodies of those killed in Russia's war on Ukraine. Ukraine and its Western allies believe Russia may be regrouping those forces and building troop strength in the nation's east. Ukrainian soldiers like Sergei defending Kyiv dismiss Russia's claim it's dramatically reduced operations near the capital.
No, I don't believe.
He told CBS News maybe it's just a retreat in preparation of a stronger attack. The International Committee of the Red Cross planned to try again Saturday to get into Mariupol to evacuate residents trapped there with little food, water, or services. On Friday, city authorities said Russians blocked access for the Red Cross. Are destroyed or severely damaged, and bodies fill the streets. Ukrainian refugees gathered in Budapest, Hungary Saturday to call the world's attention to the children wounded and killed in the war.
My heart is crying. Such small kids are dying in Ukraine.
The U.S. has assessed that Russian forces have committed war crimes during the invasion, now in its second month. Michael George, CBS News.
Today, President Biden is focusing on COVID as a new variant is emerging against the backdrop of the FDA and CDC's approval of a second people over age. The shot would be for people over age 50 and those with weakened immune systems. Medical experts say if you've already had one booster, you may be able to wait a bit depending on your health and your age, especially those over 65. The president urging Congress to pass billions of dollars in new COVID funding for vaccines, testing, and treatments, noting his administration has already had to cut back on some orders.
Pay attention to what's going on in your own community. If you start to see cases go up and you're in one of those risk groups, that's a time to think about getting a booster.
Cases are still declining in the U.S., but not as quickly, with the highly contagious BA2 variant now the dominant strain, accounting for 55% of new cases. That's a 20% jump in just 1 week. Coming up on your weekend edition of Eyewitness News at 11, the Monster Jam hitting Fresno this weekend, what you need to know about the big event. And the Central Valley's Cards and Collectibles Show, the event great for all those collectors out there. More when we come back. Stay with us. We got the Powerball numbers here for you. Taking a look at tonight's winning numbers: 6, 28, 47, 58, 59, and the big number 18 with a big jackpot there. And there is the Super Lotto winning numbers. Check your tickets, everybody, and good luck.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
You've been dismissed.
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 Cable news networks have decided they only want to appeal to the extremes.
They only care about half of us.
And if you don't agree with their point of view,
you're dismissed.
It's about time somebody did something.
At News Nation, we are here to bring you back. Back to where we aren't yelling at each other, but telling all of America's stories.
Come back to the facts.
Back to balance.
Come back to the news. News Nation.
Fresh out of
All America.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Grilled chicken, crunchy bacon, covered in creamy buffalo sauce. Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
After a car accident, everybody worries about money. You need medical care, and you don't know for how long. Your injuries may keep you from working and earning. That's why at Berg Injury Lawyers, we offer our clients the no-fee guarantee. We'll fight for the money you deserve. And if you don't win, you pay nothing. So you focus on your health, and we'll take care of everything else. Car accident? Get Berg. 1-800-400-BERG.
You never take a break. And we won't either. Adding more local news to our award-winning lineup. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 5, 6, 7, and now 7:30.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Get your big hats ready in Clovis. Today started the 84th annual Big Hat Day. Chamber puts on this event. California, Saturday and Sunday. And the event showcases community, vendors, food, fun, and music. It's also a tribute to Western heritage.
We bring vendors in from all over California, Arizona, and Nevada. We will draw tourists to this event from all over California. It really helps our economy. You know, they'll eat at our restaurants, they'll shop at our stores, they stay in our hotels. So it is a big boost for our local economy.
The event kicked off today, and if you didn't get the chance to head out, you always have tomorrow. Festivities start at 9 a.m. A busy weekend at the Save Mart Center for the popular Monster Jam.
It's a very family-oriented event. You'll see lots of children running around here and, just in awe of the power these trucks have.
Lots of monster trucks out there, and if you didn't get a chance to see the show today, you can catch the Monster Jam tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Tickets start at $34. And the Central Valley Cards and Collectibles, it was a great big show out there. A huge collection of trading cards and sports memorabilia at the Central Valley Cards and Collectibles show. There was everything from Pokemon cards to sports cards to raffles and products to buy. The event started at 10 o'clock this morning and went on until 5. It's an all-day event. For some children, it was their first time at a big event like this, but the event was for all ages. There was items and memorabilia from all eras of sports and cards. Organizers say it's great to have this big of a show in Fresno so people can enjoy it close to home.
It's a community event. That's what we're all about. We want to bring everybody together in one physical space to enjoy the hobby we love, cards and collectibles. So really it is all about family. It's fun for all ages. Just to come together, you don't have to go way out of town to the Bay Area or to LA. You can do it right here in Fresno.
If you missed it today, the event does go on tomorrow for its final day. Tickets are on sale for $8 to $12 online and at the door. Coming up on your weekend edition of Eyewitness News at 11, a local robotics competition with some worldwide competitors. The regional that you probably missed in person. We'll explain why.
And I'll have your forecast after the break, but first a look at your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by the Boz Allergy Center. High levels Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, medium to high on Wednesday. That's a look at your allergy forecast. We'll be right back.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey, Megan Root, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. On Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
From disaster relief, we're calling neighbors statewide to get help for storm victims, children, lost parents, homes. You can. Oh, thank you. But could you send the money now? The need is urgent. We so appreciate you. It means so much, but it has to be now. It has to be cash. No credit cards, checks, just cash.
The moment they ask for immediate cash is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamawareness.org.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by The Mug. Your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today, that high of 81 that we saw, look how much warmer it is than our average high of 70. We didn't quite break the record set last year with the high of 88, but we might break some record heat this week, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Current temperatures are pretty mild. 66 in Fresno, 55 in Mariposa, 58 in Merced, and 64 in Modesto. And our visibility is clear clear right now. Our lows tonight, mainly in the mid-50s, so 55 in Fresno, 51 in Madera, 50 in Merced and Mariposa. Yosemite will almost reach freezing tonight. They'll see a low of 32 degrees. Shaver Lake, a low of 45. Also tonight, we will see some clouds that move in. So this is overnight, and then 7:15 tomorrow, we'll see light cloud coverage here in the Central Valley, and then in the South Valley, that's where it will be heaviest. This is at 12:15 tomorrow afternoon, though, so you can see it's really moving down south, and it will still be lingering in Visalia and Porterville, but we should see clear afternoons and then a clear night tomorrow into Monday. Our highs tomorrow are in the 80s mostly. If you don't like the 80s, you might want to get up to Mariposa and Oakhurst because they have a high of 72 and 73 tomorrow. Yosemite is only reaching a high of 47, and Shaver, if you want to be even cooler, you can go there. They have a high of 57 tomorrow. Air quality tomorrow is also better a little bit farther north. So Merced, Madera have good air quality. So does Sequoia National Park. Fresno, Kings, and Tulare County will have moderate air quality. In our renewable solar forecast, 27,000 megawatt hours of electricity generated today. That will stay constant tomorrow, and on Monday, it will be 24,000. Next 24 hours at midnight, it will be 63 degrees, so still pretty mild. And then 8 a.m. it will be a little bit cool, so 56 degrees. If you want to get a hike, a bike ride, a run, if you're into that, you might want to get it early morning because it will be 82 degrees by 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then our 7-day forecast, this is what's interesting. Okay, so we will be getting into the 80s, but then on Thursday, we might reach 90 degrees for the earliest Fresno has ever seen it. So we might have a record high of 95 degrees on Thursday, and that might stay constant for Friday with a high of 93, and then Saturday a high of 85. So if you don't like the heat, this isn't your week. You might want to get inside and put on the AC. If you do like the heat and the sunshine, this is the week for you. Personally, that's my speed. I don't know about you, Esteban, but I will send it back to you.
That's a little bit too much heat. I think I'd like it around 80s is kind of pushing it, but 90s, I might just stay at the pool. So, thanks, Liv. We appreciate it. And coming up next in sports, Fresno State baseball in action today against Air Force. Highlights as the Bulldogs face the Falcons. Plus, a former Bulldog continues his hitting ways in spring training. That's next with Angelique Martinez in Sports Central. Stay with us.
You've got junk, we haul it away. Mr. Clean Junk Removal can grab your rental cleanouts, spring cleanup commercial junk, and more. Quick, clean, and with no hassles. We'll grab your junk from Visalia to Madera. Call us for same-day pickup or on a date that's convenient for you. Text a selfie of your junk and we'll text you back with a free and affordable quote. Call us or check us out online at junkremovalfresno.net. Mr.
The weather is changing, grass is sprouting, and flowers are blooming earlier than usual. Buzz Allergy knows that colds, as well as COVID-19 and other viruses, have similar symptoms to allergies, asthma, and sinus issues. Take away the guesswork and get proper diagnosis and early treatment before allergy symptoms arrive. There's no need to suffer. Live a full and active life. Contact Buzz Allergy today and breathe easier.
Every moment matters. So let's put the phone down and talk, read, and sing with them. Uninterrupted. Because now's the time to show them your love. Let them hear your voice. Learn new words. It builds their self-confidence and makes them strong. And when you do this, life. School. Read, sing. It changes everything.
Count the mania to win with CBS 47. Visit Furniture City in Fresno. Guess the number of balls in the display case, and you could win a $500 gift card and a $1,600 value vacation getaway at the Dolphin Bay Resort for 2 nights on the coast. Official rules at yourcentralvalley.com. Now through April 4th. Count the mania with Furniture City, Dolphin Bay Resort, and CBS.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
Messy garage? Get organized with custom cabinets, shelving, and countertops to make life a little less stressful. Call now for a free design consultation.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros-who-know. KC24 News is brought to you in part by Jets Plus.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
The Fresno State baseball team continues its weekend series against Air Force. The Bulldogs are currently second in the Mountain West standings and coming off of a loss to the Falcons on Friday night. Bulldogs looking for their 7th conference win, while the Falcons try to climb up the Mountain West standings. Top of the first, 2 on for Air Force. Gabe Garcia up to bat. He drills one to left field. This one is over the wall for a 3-run homer. Garcia rounds the bases, and the Falcons take a 3-0 lead over the Dogs. Later in the inning, 2 on for the Falcons. The Bulldogs turn a quick trouble, and they end the inning. The Dogs come back late in this one and win it 8-6 over Air Force. Meanwhile, former Bulldog Aaron Judge had another solid performance in spring training today. The former Fresno State star hit a home run in the Yankees' 10-0 win over the reigning World Series champs. Bottom of the first, Aaron Judge blasts one deep to right field. The solo shot put the Yankees on top 1-0 over the Braves. That was Judge's 3rd homer this spring. New York went on to win it 10-0. Have not agreed on a contract just yet. General Manager Brian Cashman said he hopes to present Judge with one ahead of opening day, which is only 5 days away. Fresno State softball in action this afternoon as well. The Bulldogs defeated San Jose State 5-1. These two are back at it again on Sunday with first pitch set for noon. With the win, the Dogs improved to 7-26 overall and secured their first Mountain West victory of the season. The Bulldog men's basketball team is fresh off a championship victory on Friday night. The Dogs defeated Coastal Carolina 85-74 to win the Basketball Classic. It's the 2nd postseason tournament title in program history. Taking a look back at Friday's game, 7 different players contributed on the floor with 5 scoring in double figures. The Dogs were led by Orlando Robinson, who tallied 20 points and 14 rebounds, followed by Dustin Whitaker, who scored 18. All of his points were from downtown. Fresno State opened up a 13-1 run to get the game going, and that set the tone for the Bulldogs. Head coach Justin Hudson was confident in his team down the stretch, despite a few key guys running into foul trouble.
And getting stuff postponed and come in and play a good team at their home place and play so well early. Almost ran out of gas, but the guys fought again at the end. Keeping composure, good team, a team that is able to change their defensive play, foul trouble. You know, it really hurt us when Destin and Isaiah got their 4th foul and had to sit for a long amount of time. The way they were shooting the ball, they were really helping us. So I was proud of our guys that came in off the bench.
The Dogs finished the year at 23-13 overall. Duke defeated UNC 81-77 and will meet the Kansas Jayhawks on Monday in the national championship. That's going to do it for sports. Back to you, Esteban.
Thank you, Angelique. And coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, a big zoo cleanup, why volunteers got together on this one-day event to give back. When we come back, stay with us.
What makes Best Reviews the best reviews?
Milk?
They have an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on pretty much everything. So you can be confident that whatever you're buying is right for you, no matter what life throws at it. Like your daughter Clementine, for example. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
all the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Thanks.
Every day, we go about our lives driven by routine. Our vision is clouded by the very normalcy we take for granted. Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible, until now. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who combat human trafficking. Whether it's forced labor, domestic servitude, or the sex trade, it's time to open our can do to help by visiting dhs.gov/bluecampaign.
Your health is our focus. That's why we're telling stories that inspire, educate, and promote wellness. Stories straight from our own community. Join us each week for Med 47.
To watch CBS 47 Eyewitness News anytime, go to Xfinity On Demand and click Get Local. All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey, Megan Root, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News this morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
The writer just cowers. They're just protecting the interests of the school. Same things that they always do.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates.
Dozens of volunteers came out to the Chaffee Zoo for a big cleanup day today. The Kiwanis One Day partnered with the zoo to bring their big team of volunteers to spread mulch, clean up trash in and around the zoo throughout the day. Several people took time out of their day in this one-day event. Lots of parents brought their children to come and help out as well. It must have been pretty cool to get into the zoo without much of a line, although you're not really enjoying it as much. Volunteers were just happy to be paying it forward. And the Robotics Central Valley Regional took place this weekend with competition from all over the world. High school students from California, Mexico, India, and Chinese Taipei competed at the Fresno Convention Center for 3 days. Because of the pandemic, the event was not open to the public, but it was streamed online on Twitch. Teams played several matches against each other, and the rules were each robot fought against 2 to 3 others, and they had to drive by themselves for the first 15 seconds when they then
over 32 teams here competing in a high school robotics competition. The teams started designing and building their robots back in early January, and now they're competing for a chance to go to the World Championships in Houston in a few weeks. This is our home event here at the Central Valley Regional.
Teams had to score as many points as they could, and in 2019, Madera High School, their team, the 1323 Madtown Robotics, won the World Championship. And Liv, you could say that competition was heating up.
I was about to say that they brought the heat. They brought the heat, and you know what else is bringing the heat? The Central Valley. This week, we are going to get into the 90s. We already established that it's not Esteban's speed, but that is my speed. I can keep up with the heat.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of the kitchen for this one. Thank you, Liv, and thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 11.
CBS 47 Eyewitness News is on air, online, and on the go. Take Eyewitness News with you and share your stories with us on Facebook, Twitter, and on yourcentralvalley.com.
This is an important alert from Pintus & Mullins Law Firm. Attention, hernia mesh users. If you or a loved one received a hernia mesh implant in the past 15 years and it required repair or removal surgery, you may be entitled. Manufacturers knew that mesh implants might cause serious injuries. Settlement negotiations with these manufacturers have begun. Call 800-601-0222 or go to meshclaim.com. There is limited time to file a claim, so don't wait.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Root, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47. Need help? CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us. The following paid commercial program does not reflect the opinions and views of Nexstar Broadcasting Incorporated, this station, or their employees and affiliates.
The following is a paid presentation for the Good Feet store, improving the quality of people's lives, 2 feet at a time. Is foot pain or discomfort preventing you from enjoying the activities you love?